Fold my material into two. I'm going to measure the half length. Half length is 8 inches. I add 1 inch for sewing, giving me 9 inches. I mark. Shoulder is 4 inches plus ½ inch to sew. Armhole 5 inches. Bust is 20 inches. 20 divided by 4 will give me 5 inches. I add 1 inch to sew. The same with the waist. 20 inches divided by 4, 5 inches plus 1 inch to sew. Remember, I'm sewing for 2 months old baby. 1 to 4 months can wear this. Neckline is 2 inches. And I cut. So I'm going to cut the front. I just finished cutting the back. Fold my material into two and place the one I just finished cutting on top. Then I cut. So the front neck, I place my tape on the shoulder and measure down 2.5 inches. So I'm going to cut the lining. I'm going to place the material I just finished cutting on top the lining and cut exactly the same way I cut the back and the front. Like this. The front lining, then place the front on top and cut. So I'm going to cut the down, that is the flare. I fold my material into two and I fold again. This is into 4, 8 inches. So I remove 8 inches from the flare that I'm going to cut now. Then before I start cutting. So this is 12 inches plus 1 inch to sew. So I place my tape on the tip like this. Then I measure from the tip here down. I'm going to continue like this, 8.5 inches. Then I mark. After doing that, then I'm going to measure the length. Length is 12 inches. Then I add 1 inch to sew. I'm going to measure 13 inches. Just like this. Then after doing that, I will mark before I cut. So after finish cutting, I'm going to open one side where I'm going to sew zip on. I'm going to cut one side like this. And notch the center and the side and where I'm going to sew zip on. This is the net I'm going to sew under plus lining. The net and the lining, they are the same measurement, 10 inches. This is the belt I'm going to use to tie on the back. Length, you can cut any length you want. Then I bring the right side out. So after doing all that, I'm going to start to sew the neck and the arm, so the lining doesn't show on the arm. So I use the same material to cut lining, the back and the front. So when I sew, the lining will not show, but the material will show inside instead. So I'm going to start to sew and direct you on how to sew it. So I finished sewing the neck. This is the neckline. I sew the neck. I'm going to bring out the right side. I sew the neck, the armhole, and the side of the top, because I'm not going to overlock. But if you have overlock, you don't have to do it the way I did, by sewing the side of the top. So I bring out the right side, I will iron. So this is the back, this is the front. So the lining is in the middle, so I iron. So I sew one side of the shoulder. So I'm going to sew the other shoulder. This part is very tricky for beginners. Please pay attention on the way I sew the shoulder. So I bring the wrong side out. I'm going to place the back of the shoulder inside the right side of the. So as you can see, I place the shoulder inside, in between the lining and the main material of the front, that is the back of the top. So before I sew, I will sew the belt on it before joining. So I finished sewing the shoulder and the belt. I'm going to join the two sides. So I'm going to prepare the down parts. I'm going to sew the net and the main material together. I'm going to add, you can add plaint or you can draw gather. So I finished sewing the two sides. I'm going to sew the flared and the top together. The measurement of the waist is 20 inches. So we are going to fix zip on the back of the flare. So if you want to add plaint, you can do that. If you want gather, you can also do that. So this is it. I finished sewing the flared and the top together. So I'm going to sew the lining that is inside to cover up the rough edge. This is the way I'm going to place the lining. This is how I'm going to sew it. Then after sewing it like this, I will drop it. Then the rough edge will be covered. So I don't need to overlock the side. So after doing that, I will sew zip on it. Then that will be the finished look. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. As always, share. If you are new, please subscribe. And if you have any question concerning this video or any of my video, please leave in the comment below. Thank you so much. Please share to friends and families. And I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.